strength is that front four, Solange, Mafokeng, Mabaso and Maswangani. We knew that they're a team that like to build up, play out from the back, but they are also a team that's extremely dangerous on the transition and balls in behind. You know, so all of these things we planned, we prepared for in terms of how we were going to press them. The most important factor for me was players going out there, being brave, play without fear. And I felt in that first half, we didn't do that. Our passing was really, really poor. You know, we gave the ball away cheaply. And then we got caught with that one ball in behind, which is extremely disappointing. Yes, we had a chance to score, but you get caught with the ball in behind and you find yourself 1-0 down. You know, and I explained to the players, you know, home game, especially in this competition with the away goal, you know, we needed to try and keep a clean sheet. So the way we conceded it was poor, but at least the players reacted to a certain degree positively. But our first half performance wasn't great, so I wasn't happy with them. Half time I spoke to them about our passing, the speed of the ball, our movement off the ball, because too often someone was receiving and not having options available to himself. And you started to see that in the second half a lot better. And we ended up spending majority of the second half in their final third. And we created some half chances. But you know, I think Darren had to make one save in the second half, but it was a shot from Otto from a difficult angle that I don't think would have gone in. But I thought really second half we dominated. And the whole idea was to dominate over 90 minutes. And had we have dominated over 90 minutes, then I think we would have come away here with more than just a 1-1 draw, you know. But the response from the players second half, very, very chuffed, very, very happy. I saw more positives this evening than negatives. And we'll take those positives, show them, and obviously go that side and have to play with the same energy and the same intensity, but with a more positive mentality, knowing that we need to get the away goal. But I think we created enough chances tonight to tell ourselves that we've got a great chance going there.
Coach, that half an hour in the second half, was it just mental change or tactical change as well? Because I mean the intensity and control of it that you guys took on.
Yeah, it's like I said to you, our passing in the first half was poor. Weight of our pass, speed of our pass was very, very poor. You know, it wasn't because Pirates made it difficult for us. You know, we just seemed to be static, and the weight of our pass was very, very poor. And then we got caught with the intercepts. We got caught on the ball because the weight of the pass was poor. Sometimes Prince, it's not his biggest strength, which is coming into pockets. His biggest strength is the ball in behind. We needed, you know, and our passing choices was poor. So like I explained that at half time, and we saw a vast improvement from everyone. Darwin was giving the ball away cheaply. Jaedin was giving as much as I saw on social media, ranting and raving about Jaedin, but first half performance wasn't brilliant from Jaedin. Got better second half, and then once he scored the goal, then it got even better, you know. But my expectation is that it should be for 90 minutes, not in spurts, not just here and there, you know. So I think just that little talk at half time was what changed the mentality a little bit. Tseko Nyama also much better. His biggest ability is on the ball. He's not afraid in tight spaces to run at people, look to combine, little give and goes. First half he was getting it, passing it sideways, backwards, you know, not being positive, you know, and we started to see that in the second half.
Coach, the opposition coach was very
with work, with tactical work, you know. I actually felt in the first half we started to press with just prints, and because they build up with the two centre backs and the keeper almost plays like a false centre back, it became difficult for Prince, and then we found ourselves 1-0 down, so I had to change it. So there was a tactical change. Instead of pressing just with the one, I went with the two, pushed Hashim a little bit higher, and then it made it even more difficult for them, you know. But I felt it wasn't in those like build-up phases that we caught them, because they still had a certain amount of control. It was once they got into that middle third, the second, third pass, that's where we pressed very, very well and we caught them. And then once we caught them, now that transitional phase needed to be a lot better, especially in the first half. We actually created 2 chances, the 2 shots, from a transitional phase, you know, and those are the 2 good moments, but you could have created at least 5 or 6. In fact, I think it must have been in the first 2 minutes, Darwin got a ball, we won it, Darwin got it, he could have played Prince in behind straight away. And instead he was looking to play a short pass, combine, and then he lost it, then he fell over it, and then he tried to get up and go again. But the moment was gone, you know. So those are the key fundamental moments, especially when you're a pressing team like us, that you capitalize on that press, because it becomes wasteful. You're working extremely hard to press, especially a team like them, to then give it away cheaply. So I felt that in the second half we were a lot better than that. Because because we were putting them under pressure, but we were suffocating them. They couldn't come out of their defense because our counter press was very, very good, and our rest defense was very, very good. So that way we could maintain the pressure, which we didn't really see in the first half. So changing the formation a little bit there, I think that was the trigger.
Eric, the quick turnaround time plus the altitude and the physical exertion, you can see it in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Is that going to change your thinking for the second leg? Maybe a little bit different approach?
I have to give it some thought tomorrow. You know, I'm not one of those coaches that likes to make massive changes, but we will see obviously tomorrow how the players feel. Ideally, is talking about the altitude, the later we can arrive, the better. So obviously that's a discussion I'll have with our team manager to make sure that we don't arrive there too early. But what's going to be important now is obviously players' recovery. Tomorrow's session is purely going to be based on just to see how they feel. Send them to cryo, because that helps quite a lot. So we'll try and get at least 2 cryo sessions in if possible, tomorrow and Friday before we leave. And then you know, the altitude, unfortunately, it's the best you can do. And then when you got like us, we have a sponsor. It all depends on what time their flights are that leave. So we want to try and leave on the latest flight that we possibly can get.
Okay, we've got one at the back.
Coach, you released that the Orlando Pirates on the first half. Second half is witnessing that. Do you think are there any witnesses that you got from the opponent that you're going to use them in Orlando as your opportunity or strong points?
No, I don't. I think everything we studied about them, I saw tonight, you know, from the first whistle. Now it's just about our application. Can we apply ourselves the way we did in the second half for 90 minutes? Because I think we identified all those strengths and weaknesses that they have. And like I said, the way we conceded the goal was one of the strengths that we had identified, and we allowed them to do it to us, you know. So now it's about that discipline tactically and that organization, about dropping off when the coach tells you to drop off, than what you did, you know. So I don't think they're going to be any different. They might, like tonight, they played 2. If there was one change, I think it was that. We expected 2 6s. and a 10, but he came with Maswangani and Dlamini. I think he'll probably do the same at home. Pirates at home look to be offensive. So we need to make sure that we capitalize on the mistakes.
Coach, just on that, in the build-up of the game, you spoke about the importance of the away goal, and you have conceded now. So, how do you feel about that? And then confident going into the land that you have to score and that you are able to score?
Well, like I said before, that was my disappointment. The fact that we didn't keep the clean sheet. We spoke about the importance of that and how we conceded it. You know, it was a goal. A guy took a shot from 30 yards outside the box, beating someone and putting it in the top corner. I can accept it, you know. But this one's a little bit hard to accept because it's something we knew and we planned for and we allowed it, you know. So that's the disappointment. Now, what does it mean? It means you have to go there and score. You know, you have to go there and score. So we've got to literally go with the same mentality as playing at home. Although we're playing away, we've got to be thinking we're playing at home. Got to be there, go there, positive, look to dominate, in possession, look to create as many chances as possible, and obviously put the ball in the back of the net. Then you're back in the game, you know. So then you score a second. Now the away goal counts in your favour.
Coach, we've spoken about Petrus as a midfielder and as a left back. You happy with the centre back role now?
I like adapting people. No, he's done well. I thought he did really, really well tonight. His performance was very, very good. Keanu, I thought Keanu was superb. Ran out of legs. He had a great chance to go score, but ran out of legs. Yeah, so now Lorenzo comes back in to the squad and makes my headaches bigger headaches, which is what you want. That competition, that level of competition is important.
Eric, obviously the goal conceded and the fact that you draw at home is a dampener. But what was the mood like at the end there? I mean, were the guys buzzing after that second half? That's one of the greatest one-half performances City's ever delivered.
Yeah, I know. Guys were extremely happy, but at the same time disappointed because they themselves recognized why didn't we do that in the first half? A couple of them came to me straight away. Kamo, Darren came to me straight away. Hashim said, "Jesus, coach, why didn't we play like this in the first half?" And I'm like, yeah.
What was your answer to that?
Told you so. Okay, that's the frustration. Sometimes they listen and sometimes they don't.
And one more, you said it was a chat at half time. Was it a chat for, because they came out like you put a couple of rockets under the
I was gentle. I was gentle. No, I was gentle.
Thank you, coach. Thank you, guys. Thank you.